Okay, I just want to take a couple minutes to talk about hot2warm's 999 plan, and this is in response to Herman Cain's 999 plan for economic and tax reform that he proposed during the 2012 Republican primaries. He didn't quite make it, but I was intrigued by his plan. I'm sorry. I meant hot2warm's .999 plan, because what goes on in the economy is definitely out of our control. There's really nothing that we can do to control the economy. The politicians have everything locked up, and the banks have the politicians locked up. So anything that we think that we want to do, as far as bank reform and political reform, we're pretty much going to be locked out. So I think we're going to be in a situation where we're going to have to take care of ourselves. We're not going to be able to count on the government to stop their spending. We're not going to be able to count on the government to cut taxes for us. There's really only one recourse as far as I'm concerned, and that's to prepare your own way. And one way that you can do so is to invest in silver. 0.999 fine silver. So let's just take a look at this, and we'll see what this has to offer for me. Now, I purchased this back in 2007 from the Northwest Territorial Mint. And I actually did something after a lot of thought. I did this after a lot of thought. I considered what was happening in the economy at that time. It hadn't fully crashed, but it was on its way down. I realized that there was going to be dire consequences as a possibility from what was going on at that time. And one of the things that was concerning me definitely was the devaluation of the dollar. The dollar has been going down steadily in value, in purchasing power, over the last 30 years, 40 years, and has pretty much been doing that ever since the establishment of the Federal Reserve. They are doing nothing more than robbing us blind. And about the only thing that really holds up over time are precious metals. The one thing that they always say whenever they talk about gold is that prior to the Fed, you go back to the prior to the 1930s, or even in the early 1930s, if you had a $20 gold coin, that was the same value as a $20 bill back then. Nowadays, if you had a $20 bill, you couldn't even buy 1/10 of an ounce of gold. So that shows you the level of devaluation of the dollar over that time period. And one thing that tracks gold fairly well is silver. It's a lot easier to purchase because per ounce it's less, but it still holds its value equally well. I'm not sure exactly what the rate is right now. It might be 45 to 1. But here you go. This is an investment that I made back in 2007. And this is the 100-ounce Pan American bar from Northwest Territorial Mint. Let's zoom in on that. Yes, this is a 100-ounce bar. 100 troy ounces of 999 fine silver. So this is my .999 plan for your personal economy, or in this case, my personal economy. What's happening in the economy at large, we can't control it. We can control what we do with our money and how we protect ourselves and our money's buying power. We work too hard for it to get squandered and stolen from us by those who work in the banking industry and the Federal Reserve and the politicians who are in their back pocket. So I would advise you to get as much of this as you can. Store it up, save it. You can never have too much precious metal, in my opinion. I'm getting silver, hanging on to it. That's the bottom line. Thanks for watching. Any questions would be appreciated. Any comments as well. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a person trying to do the best he can for himself. And one more thing. In order to purchase this, I actually cashed in probably 10 years worth of savings bonds that I had, because I realized that the savings bonds, by the time they mature, yes, they will double in value over 30 years. This has tripled in value since I purchased it. Went up to about $45 per ounce at the best, at its highest. And I purchased this, it was around $15 per ounce. Now it's back down to 30. So in a little more than 5 years, I've gone up to triple, back down to double, still well ahead of where I would have been had I held on to those savings bonds. Now I can cash this in at any time, double my amount. That's why I have the .999 plan in effect.